This is going to be a tutorial of card Flourish number 4. Looks something like this. Okay, so this is how to do it. If you haven't seen my previous video doing card Flourish number 1 to 3, I would highly recommend it because many of the steps in this one are repeated. I'm going to be going through them quite quickly, so check that out, like here somewhere, right there. Check that video out first, otherwise you might get lost in the instructions, but we'll see. Anyway, so this is how to do it. Hopefully you've seen the video, card Flourish 1 to 3. So, it starts off with the same grip, the thumb at the back and the two fingers at the front. What you do is starts off in the same way, break off about a third, swing cut it off into your other hand like this, and then you break off another section and take it with your ring finger, not your middle. Take it with your ring finger. In card Flourish number 3, you curl your index finger in and place it in the middle like this. But in this one you don't turn it round, you just place it in the middle like this and just grab with your ring finger. So at this point you should be grabbing with your ring, middle, index finger, your thumb on the back, kind of like this. Okay. Then the next thing you do, very similar to card Flourish number 1, swing cut this top packet off into your hand, and you curl your ring finger in, just as before, place your middle and pinky on top, and straighten your fingers out so it flips over like this. Then you swing cut off this packet again, into your hand, and curl it back in. Now this time, curl your fingers back in, but you keep the ring finger curled inside. You don't take it out, not yet. So then you open up these three fingers, your thumb, your index, and your middle finger, which grabs this packet that you place on top. So the current situation at the back is that you have a break in between these two packets at the bottom here, because your ring finger's in there, and then you have a break because these three fingers at the top are separating this top packet. Okay, and this next bit is a bit different to the other ones, so this is a bit that's going to be a bit slower. If you need to get more height on it, you push down on your index finger, which lifts this packet up a bit like this. Okay, so what you do, normally this next move is normally done with your index and middle fingers like this, but instead what you're going to do is you're going to come in with your middle and ring finger to get it, for easiness, to get into the next position of the force cut. So you're going to come in with your middle and ring finger like this till about this little design right there on bicycle cards, right in the middle like this. So you're going to come in, and what you do is you start rotating your hand. You pick it up like this, pinch it in between these two fingers, and you start rotating your hand like this. Once it gets underneath like this, it's easy when it's done quicker, the cards don't slip as much. Once you get underneath, your thumb on the back here, the thumb grabs instead of your ring finger. So you end up pinching with your thumb and your middle finger on it like this. Okay, and when you pinch, you need to bring your ring finger and your pinky to the top like this without catching on the cards. So make sure they're tucked in nice and tight. As soon as you pinch, and you're keeping rotating while you're doing this, middle finger and pinky come out like this. And then what happens is your middle finger and your thumb on the back here, they bend in like this to bring the packet closer to your hand like this. So they bend in like this. So instead of being out straight, bend in to bring it into your palm. And then your other fingers here, your middle and your pinky, bring it in, and your other fingers can release to grab onto it in a normal grip like this. So just to go over that one more time. You got it like this. If you need a bit more height on it, push down with your index finger to get a bit more height on it. Come in with your middle and your ring finger. Start rotating your hand. When you get to about here, let go with your ring finger and pinch with your middle finger and bring these two fingers up. And then you come around, other fingers release, and it's in a nice normal grip like this. Okay, now this next bit is you go back to what it was before. You straighten your fingers out again to make this release, and then you place it on the two borders between the two cards, edges are next to each other. Then you release with your ring finger, and then you push on with these two fingers here, middle and pinky. And then this last packet, you curl your index finger in, same movement as in card flourish number 3. Curl your index finger in, twist it open, and then push it on as well. So that end part, and then when you get around to it, you get to this position, and then you swirl it around like this. Next bit, straighten it out, place it on, curl it in, place it on. Okay, I found that to be the best way for me to do that. I know it's possible, but for me it didn't quite flow right, is to make it seem a bit different, because these two last packets move on in a very similar way, is to release like this, and then pinch with your, curl your index finger in and your middle finger pinch like this, turn it around, and then your thumb comes underneath and flips the card over and places it on top. If you get that right, you could kind of have a throwing motion going on. That was a bit too many cards. You could almost have a bit of a throwing motion going on where you turn it around and then kind of throw it onto it. I can't really do it, but then you kind of throw it on. Even get it neatly. I can't really get it neatly. It didn't seem to flow quite right for me. But if that's something you're interested in, by all means go for it. So you flip it around and place these two on. That was a rather quick run through. Again, I said if you'd watched Flourishes 1 to 3, I think you'd understand that a little bit better. But yeah, thanks for watching. That was card flourish number 4. End of trick.